Hey, it's Tori, and welcome back to my channel. Today we welcome back René and Zora from Blackbriar to the channel. How are you guys doing today?
We're
Very
doing
good.
well, thank you. Good
Thank
to
you
be
for
here.
having us.
You think,
Definitely, yeah.
well, hopefully this interview will be a lot less chaotic than the last one we did
Oh, right,
Yeah,
together.
yeah, we
right.
had a good one.
It
That
was
was a
very
good one.
funny.
Holy moly. So much
Oh,
noise.
I think that's the most chaotic interview I have ever done so far on the channel. What with Noura in the background warming up her
Yeah.
vocals, and it was a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
exactly.
I appreciate you guys doing that last minute as well for me too.
Yeah, in case anybody wonders why we will never tour with Battle Beast again, that was the reason.
No.
So you guys are here, of course, to talk about your brand new album, A Thousand Little Deaths, which is out on August 22nd via Nuclear Blast Records. You've already had, well, you've released quite a few singles so far with accompanying music videos. How have you found that response from your fan base or from perhaps people who are now just discovering the band with this album run?
Oh, it's always such a pleasure reading comments. We read everything, so also the bad stuff, but they were like 99% very lovely, beautiful comments. So yeah, it's been amazing reading them all.
Yeah, I actually read a lot of people who just discovered us this time, which was for me something that yeah stood out a little bit, for these past singles, which yeah is very pleasant. Always nice to see people getting to know us and liking it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, could you tell us in your own words what the album is about and what it represents for you both personally?
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a difficult one because, well, yeah, as always, it isn't really a concept album. So all of the songs have been written separately with
Mhm.
all kinds of different inspirations, and a lot of them are very personal as well. So yeah, it's a very personal album for me this time, I guess, and a little bit more heavy, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I know that we put in a different type of effort as musicians this time, and that is something that for me personally really made a change for this album. I mean, we did not necessarily change too much in terms of the way we write or
Mhm.
where we draw our inspiration from, or Sora mainly. But yeah, we try to look for other ways to improve and have a good learning curve throughout the whole process. And yeah, it feels good. It feels different. This album to me feels different. And I
Yeah.
know it sounds a little bit cliche, but ever since we got the mixes, I literally had some tears going around here and there, hearing stuff for the first time.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it just meant something to me, and I still cannot really put my finger on it, but it is something else, I want to say.
And we also had our first writers camp with all of Blackbriar, which yeah created very nice memories of this album as well. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Of course, you guys, like Zora, you said you just had your very first writers' camp where you actually took it back to the beginning and you held it
Mm.
at a really personal location to you guys, which was the first ever music video that you did, which Until Eternity. Like, how was that for you both? And do you think doing a writers' camp would be something you would probably do moving forward with your
It, w-
creative process?
it was for me the best excuse to go back to the house again because I always wanted to spend the night there, and then I came up with the idea of doing a writers camp because Renee was actually stuck with one particular song,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's why we came up with let's just try it, and yeah, it was amazing, and yeah, I think we will do it in the future again because it was. Yes, it went surprisingly well without any fights and discussions and such. So,
Yeah, that's where we were mainly scared about, if you start writing with multiple people that you were gonna have to police the process
Mm-hmm.
or, have too many disagreements. And that's why Sora and myself have been doing it together for the past years, writing these songs. And So we felt like maybe this was a good time to try it. We have a good group of people. You know, the band, it is like family, and we really want everybody to have their influence in the music and also to be comfortable playing stuff live and feeling more feelings for the
Mm-hmm.
music. Um, so yeah, it couldn't have gone any better, I think. I mean, we ended up doing one full song altogether. So that's The Hermit and the Lover is a song where everybody worked on, and we could say we wrote that together as a band. And we focused on, tiny bits and pieces of the remaining songs. And it worked, and it was a very, very good experience, and very, yeah, on so many levels. It was
Mm.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I even after just meeting you guys as a band the last time we met up for our last interview, it did feel like even then you guys were a very close knit, tight family, and then watching the vlog that you put out for this writers camp,
Mm.
it's nice to see you all smiling and being one unit because like
Mm.
you said, Renee, sometimes you go into these things with different people and sometimes too many people can spoil the pot or whatever that quote is with the cooks
Yeah.
and all of that, But I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad it was a really nice experience. And then, of course, going back to that beautiful manor and that
Mm.
setting and all the inspiration that came from just the location.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
for me that was very important, like the whole atmosphere and yeah, it felt romantic, in my mind. And yeah, I think it brought us to the perfect yeah, how
Vibe.
do you call it? Vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we had the whole crew there even, and it was just a very good. I mean, we were writing songs with people that usually will build the drums or set up
Mm-hmm.
guitars and stuff. It's strange, maybe for an outsider, but for us, it felt like we needed to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Be all together, work on the stuff that we'll be working on for years to come together, doing it live. So
Mm.
it was very special, actually. Yeah, yeah. I look back at that with very good memories.
Yeah, there only were a lot of mosquitoes, which is the only bad memory about it.
Yeah, it was nobody actually lives there. So,
Yeah.
you can rent it and you can have a holiday there or maybe a wedding or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't happen that often. So for some reason there were a lot of mosquitoes and we all it they kept us awake at night.
Ugh, yeah, we get them here too. I think does that place does it have like a pond or a lake or some body of
It
water
must have.
nearby? Because
Mm.
I think that's what they're attracted to. We have like behind our house is a state park, and it's all like wooded, and there's like a little stream that runs through it that the
Ah,
mosquitoes are just like.
there you go.
So you go outside, and you're like, ugh, get off,
Yeah, yeah,
Ugh,
exactly.
Right.
ugh.
Well, it's a massive estate actually. It has a
Yeah,
Mm.
massive forest that belongs to it, and I can only imagine there being multiple
yeah,
either streams of water or maybe a lake or whatever. So yeah, and it belonged to the manor
Yeah.
anyway, so it was okay. We're still living.
And
yeah,
the horses that were in the garden
oh,
over there, they were
yeah.
actually, I think that those were the horses that uh pulled the carriage in the Until Eternity music
Mhm.
video as
Yeah,
well. So that was
yeah.
fun to see them again.
Yeah. What a special like memory for you and the whole band to be able to share this thing and then to have your art, your music come out of that and then to share
Mm.
that with the rest of the world. What inspired the title of the album and also the artwork of the album as well, and how does that reflect the energy of this album?
So the title of the album, I realized after writing a couple of songs already that I've written a lot about death, and then I wrote our song Harpy, which had the first line is 1,000 little deaths, and that's when I knew right away that this must be the album title, which fits perfectly. And it was the earliest I knew because with all of the other albums, I knew at the very end of like I settled at the very end, but this was very early on that I knew.
Yeah. Well, after listening to what you have put out so far, I agree with that, and that's what I love most about you and the band is your storytelling, and that you're not afraid to go into that melancholy, into that darkness, and to pull out those really fantasy esque aspects that we have in life. Like of course, you've written a song about the harpy, and that's why I love your storytelling. And you, Zora,
Thank you.
you got to like don an actress hat for all of these music videos that you do. How do you get yourself into that zone for these music videos? Because you're quite like me. You're a quiet person, you know, and but in these music videos, your personality, and the same when you're on stage, you just it becomes something else, and not that you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think it's because I write all these lyrics myself and they are personal to me, and then it's just I feel really connected to just and to also portray this character in all of our videos, and it's really something I really love to do. So yeah. And video making is our second passion. So, and having René film it is also makes you very comfortable as well. So,
I cannot imagine that, but okay.
yeah, really.
I'm always screaming and stressed.
Yeah, we do sometimes fight, but I don't have like a, how do you call it, a rem
A
in
blockage
Dutch.
or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
ashamed or yeah.
Yeah, Sora, she likes to do some weird stuff in the music videos sometimes, where
Sometimes, yeah.
she is, for my soul's demise, she was basically going crazy and nuts and going weirdly on the ground and stuff like that. I mean, that's stuff only Sora can do with that much comfort. So your question might actually be the other way around. Like, is she somebody else in real life, and is she normal on stage, or the other way
Yeah.
around? I don't know. I still don't
No,
know.
me neither.
No, it's nice that you can be comfortable enough in front of, like you said, the band is like a family, and you guys are very strong together, and just having that confidence and that comfort just to let go and to really explore all of these different movements, and just I don't know, it amazes me because your music videos, they flow so well together. And again, speaking of locations, you've had some fantastic locations for this album. How was that for you all?
Oh gosh, we went to this beautiful abandoned mansion in England, and it was the first time we traveled this far for a music video. And it was a bit nerve-wracking for us but because we couldn't even visit the place beforehand, we always do these types of preparations. But oh my goodness, it was an amazing place. We don't have anything like it in the Netherlands.
No, it would have been either torn apart already and built something else on it in the Netherlands, or it would have been completely renovated and brand new. And this was actually a mansion, basically. You could still feel the former glory of the building and all the vibes, but everything was broken and just, yeah, it was scary. And we needed scary, so
Yeah.
it was perfect for us.
But we also went to some a beautiful Dutch castle as well, which was like perfectly
Yeah, well preserved, in
yeah.
pristine condition.
Yeah, which fitted this song better. So
Yeah.
Last Hive Bliss, which yeah, we visited some beautiful places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really shows your passion and your drive, not only for your music, but also for the art form of video making, of then delivering that message across in video form in a way. For people like myself, I don't know if I've told you all, but I have something called aphantasia, which you don't have a mind's eye. I don't have an imagination. I don't see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's why music's important for me, because it kind of closes off that darkness. Whereas like people like yourself, you're very creative. You've got all of these images, all of these things running through your mind. And I just find that really fascinating, how from one person to the next, how we're all so different in that way, and how your brain works, and then seeing the beauty that you put into your art form, into your music, into your music videos. It's just it's really nice, and I just wanted to say thank you for that too.
Thank you. And
Thank
I'm
you.
going to look this up because it sounds pretty interesting as well.
Yeah,
I've never heard about
Next
it.
Blackbriar single.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be called Tauri or Advantasia.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until like my sister a couple of years ago because she is very creative and very artistic, and she's like, I guess I stole all of your imagination when I was in the room, and I'm
Right.
sorry, but you know, I'm like, no, it's okay. It's what I've lived
Ah,
with my whole life. I don't know any different. If I did know
right. Right.
different, I think it would be really weird, but
Mm.
yeah, it's
Maybe
it's
your
definitely
experience is
interesting.
maybe your experience is actually a lot better than all of us, because when you experience a music video or a song, uh, people, everybody has their own image. While you're looking at stuff, you have your own image as
Hmm.
well, and you compare it to that, and you're either gonna be happy about what you're seeing or less happy about what you're seeing, and maybe,
Also, when you're,
maybe
yeah,
you're
sorry, yeah.
even better on your end. I don't know.
Yeah, because when you read a book, then
Right.
and then watch the movie, then sometimes you can be disappointed because you've imagined it completely different, and so it can
Yeah.
be a good thing, right?
Right. Whereas for me, it's easier for me, like if I start a book series and then they bring it out and can see what they've come up
Mm,
with for the characters, then I can sort of see that
mm,
on the page then, and it helps me imagine them a little bit better. But then I
yeah.
understand also somebody like yourself who has imagined them a certain way and then they haven't been
Yeah.
portrayed that way, and the frustration that
Mm,
comes with that. So
exactly. Yeah.
talking of frustration, like what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced during this recording process?
Ooh,
Um, I think it was we just got back from our last tour with Camelot,
Mm-hmm.
and we all got pretty sick at towards the end of the tour, and it took a long while to recover back home. And then but we already had to go to the studio, so it was, yeah, that was pretty heavy, but I
yeah.
guess, yeah, for me was the most difficult part.
Yeah, for all of us actually, because we all got sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, so for me as well, that was very challenging. Um, to be honest, recording in general is challenging
Mm-hmm.
because
Oh,
you
yeah.
probably have heard the story 1,000 times, but you in the studio with your engineer and your producer, and everything you do is being basically uh, all they're
Criticism.
saying is this is not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
We do it again. Not good enough. We'll do it again for whatever reason. There's 10 reasons every time. So
Mm,
that is very challenging, and I cannot say that I very much enjoy it. I enjoy being done.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually the vibe that I have. I love being in the studio and working with Joost, but sitting in a drum chair myself, that's where I get very frustrated, like you screaming frustrated.
Yeah, the writing process is always very, very fun. But when it comes to the actual recording, then yeah, it's for me as well. It's absurdly challenging. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
because
I'm completely drained afterwards, completely tired. But then hearing back the results is amazing because it
yeah.
was so challenging. So yeah.
Well, and then it makes that all worthwhile, and then
Mm,
when you get to play them live and on stage for the first time, you can be a bit more free with it because
exactly.
it sounds this way on the album, but live we can play around with it, we can have fun with
yeah.
it, and we can do something
Mm,
different. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's yeah, playing live is always the fun part. Writing is also the fun part. The recording itself, like Sora said, it is so draining. I
hmm
don't even think if you've never been in a studio and
hmm
recording at that level, then it's hard to imagine. But it's just there's nothing romantic about it. That's all I could say. It's hard work, hard work.
But that hard work pays off when you get that
mm,
end result and you get that you can listen to the whole record from beginning to end and how you've laid that out and how it perfectly flows into each other. And speaking of that, what is the overall message or emotion that you hope your listeners will take away from this album?
I always just hope that people can identify with it in their own way, and so I usually also don't really explain too much about the songs because it's so important to me that everybody can have their own how do you say it?
Interpretation.
Yeah.
Interpretation. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I hope, yeah, and that they can travel to another world with our music, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I fully agree with that. That is our intention. And, the vibes that we're trying to set on this specific album. Yeah, we just hope we're taking people to another place and that they notice the time and effort that we put in into hopefully creating yeah, some new atmospheres and a new world for them to experience. Even though they're separate songs,
Hmm.
there is like the overall Blackbriar vibe that we put in everything. So yeah, that's. I hope people will like it just as much as we do. And yeah,
Yeah. No, I like that answer. I like when there isn't a specific meaning behind something, and then you can just let your listener take away what they want to take away, because I think music is very much that way. There might be a meaning that the writer, the vocalist, whatever has put behind the song, but then somebody else can come along and they'd be like, well, I connect to it this way or this way. And there's
Yeah,
so many
exactly.
ways to interpret things. And I love that
Mm,
you're not too focused on, well, it should be this and it should be that.
yeah.
And you're just free with it. You're just open with it and just take it in, listen to it. And if you resonate with it in this way, fine. If you resonate with it that way, that's fantastic. Just,
Mm,
just thankful
just
that you're
yeah.
resonate.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
I did write like a behind the lyrics booklet, but
Hmm.
it's for the people who are interested in it and they can choose themselves if they
Yeah,
want to read more about it. So, yeah.
yeah, that's really cool. What are some of the key musical influences that shaped this album?
Well, for this album specifically, I'm not really sure music wise, but for me personally, like from the beginning, it has always been artists like Kate Bush and Lana Del Rey, for
Hmm.
example. But for this album specifically, not
No.
really, I guess.
No, because we actually we felt like we were in a very good place as
Hmm.
songwriters, or in terms of the inspiration we are and were tapping into. So it might be a little bit of a boring answer, but we really chose not to change too much in terms of that, because we felt like we don't want to change anything. You see a lot of bands changing genres even, or going massively different directions with their music. And we feel like we haven't written the songs yet that we wanted to. So that's why we are sticking where we are right now. And, we're still very interested in everything that we write about right now.
Hmm.
So why
Mm.
change that?
And
So, yeah.
I did find, and not music, but I did find a lot of inspiration in a poet called Emily Dickinson. So
Hmm.
that was for me like a big inspiration for this album.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It makes sense to, if you're enjoying what you're doing, to, I mean, you guys did still experiment, I think, around with your sound a little bit, but it
Oh,
still
yeah.
has that black briar bow, if you will, to tie it all together. And I
Exactly.
really love that. Renee, to speaking to what you said about how some bands completely change their direction, and it doesn't feel like them anymore. And I understand why
Mm.
some people may be disappointed in that. Whereas I think with this album, it's been a very natural evolution, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
To
No, that's exactly what we were
Mm.
going for.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
mean, it's very important because we are trying to, we're trying to claim basically a place in this music world
mm-hmm,
where everybody, if you talk about us or if you hear a song about us, you should at this stage instantly know it's us.
yeah,
So we have been, trying to evolve as a band in our sound, but still wanted to make sure that the fans that are with us for already 12 years, that they could still rely on us
mm-hmm,
in terms of the themes and the vibes and the atmosphere. And that's why we've really felt like, even in the studio, it was said out loud, let's not change too much. We made all these tiny detailed steps into maybe a folky direction or maybe
mm-hmm.
this direction. We will do that all the time, but it depends on if the song lends the inspiration and everything. But and
Yeah,
we
it all
will.
depends. It depends on the lyrics and the
Mm-hmm.
which
Exactly.
story we try to tell. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So within telling all these stories, we still have that sort of Blackbriar dome over it, and we will sort of stay within those boundaries. Um, yeah, it feels good, and not because it's comfortable, but because we feel like this is what we're good at. So let's just do this very good, and then if we feel like it's time to do something else, then it would probably only mean that we sort of got bored with what we're doing. But I don't see that happening anytime soon, honestly.
No, after speaking with you, this is what our third time we've done an interview, and just I know that you're very passionate about these stories and what you're bringing to the table, and that helps. You have that energy, you have that love, you have that passion to push these stories and these emotions forward, and then getting to
Exactly.
see you live was just another level, because Zora, like I've always said, you're like a siren. You like pull me in to the storytelling, and then hearing your voice live and just seeing you be free on that stage and just letting yourself go. And same with the whole band, just the energy you bring, it's electric, and it was so fun to see you live, and I can't wait to see you again. Speaking of, you put out a advertisement recently for your European tour, which was like a fortune teller, card reader sort of advertisement. How did you guys come up with that concept for this? I loved it, by the way. It was so clever.
So I actually had a couple of these cards on the detective board from Floriography. So it was already a little bit in the themes of this album from the very start. And of course, The Hermit and the Lover is also a reference to the tarot cards. So yeah, that was easy to say, let's do this. I don't know. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it was very fun idea.
yeah. I remember Sora explaining the idea. It was a very brief light bulb moment, I think, where
Yeah.
this idea came, and
If
we
you look
always
close, if you look closely, you can see the
the
push
needle.
pin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
from
There's
the
still a point
Floriography
in
board.
it.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the card.
I'll have to look
Yeah,
out
Because
for
I used
that.
it.
it was reused.
It was
Yeah.
reused. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
Renee, you were talking.
No, it's okay. It was more like we, as you know, we like to do things as cinematic as we possibly can. So even a silly thing, which is extremely important to us, like announcing a tour, or giving some extra exposure to a tour, would be something like this. We did it for the title and reveal of the album. We were like, oh, what are we going to do for the reveal of the titles? And it needed to be something cinematic. So we had to drive all the way to the ocean, and Sora needed to be at the ocean, and we did some cinematics. It's
Yeah.
just fun to do it, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot more left in us. So, anything that we can say out there or that we feel like it's worth mentioning, we will probably do something cinematic with it.
And that's part of the reason I love you, because you have that creative direction that you like to go in, and you said it was silly, but I don't think it is. I think it's something that you personally love doing. It's something that you're passionate about, you're creative about, and why not put that into your advertisement for a tour or for whatever you
Exactly.
have coming up? And it's something to engage your audience with as well, something different, not just a tour poster.
No,
Right.
exactly.
it leads you into the story of what Blackbriar is as a band.
It's more
Yes.
fun for us as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's easy to just post a tour poster or something like that. But firstly, it doesn't really work for your exposure anymore these days. And secondly, yeah, you have to stand out somehow. So yeah, doing a cool video or yeah, it's something that we love doing anyway, and we have all the stuff in house. So why not do it?
Right, right. I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. What rest of your plans do you have apart from the European tour that's coming up that you can discuss with us?
Ooh,
Well, that's the album release and the tour has been pretty much the big things that are on our minds, and we are preparing for the tour very much now. But we are also working on getting like to America or any other places. We're working very hard to make it happen. So yeah, hopefully soon. Yeah, we would love to go back to North America as well because that was the best tour, I guess. We
Yeah, we
with
had the most fun.
so many cool memories. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you guys
Yes.
had a great time over here in the
Mm.
States, and I was glad that I could make it out to a show and actually meet with you as well. And just
Yeah,
So
again,
likewise.
lovely. Yeah.
thank you for your time with that. I know it was very last minute, and but yeah, I appreciate you. Do you have any last words for people watching this interview of thanks or anything like that?
Well, first, I would like to thank you for taking the time again to talk to us. You know, we've always been amazed with everything that you do, so we appreciate you talking to us about our upcoming album. That was first and foremost. And now Sora probably has something.
Well, just that I really hope everybody will love the new album and that I want them to know that we read all the comments on YouTube and everywhere. So we really love to read their thoughts about it. So please let us know what you think.
Well, thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with me today. Again, 1,000 Little Deaths is out on August 22nd. I will leave that pre-order link down below in the description, along with all of the links to where you can find Blackbriar. Again, guys, thank you so much. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.
I just want to take a moment to thank all of my incredible Patreons. You can find all of my full album reactions over there. You can find the link for that right here or down below in the description. But don't forget to like and subscribe to become a Taurian. Speaking of becoming a Taurian, all of my social media links and my Discord link are down below in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you come hang out in the Discord community. And I will see you guys in the next video. Rock on.